All right, so this one, guys, is who are you? It's a question that I used to ask students all the time when we were training. And the point of it is to get you to an understanding of who you truly are. And without that understanding, you're going to get locked into a false sense of who you are. Most people, if you ask them who they are, they might give you their name or they'll tell you what they do for a living. They might be committed to a particular group or social status or their race or their sex or whatever it is. Whatever you could tell me, rest assured is not who you are. This idea actually came up because of an old story that I had read about with a neuropsychologist. He was a neurosurgeon, actually. Penrose, he was Canadian. He was doing surgery on people, brain surgery. And because there's no pain fibers on the surface of the brain, people are awake for that. So he was stimulating different parts of this woman's sensory cortex, and she was having these crazy vivid memories that she was in the kitchen, she was cooking food, and the kids were playing. And he said to her, do you know where you're at? Do you actually know where you're at? And she goes, yeah, I'm having surgery. You're doing surgery on my brain. So he said who she was allowed her to know the difference between a brain stimulated evoked experience and where she actually was. She could interpret the difference. The other thing that he talked about was a guy that he was working on, and he stimulated with a little electrical probe the motor pathways, and he could cause the guy's arm to move. And he said, are you aware that your arm is moving? And he said, yeah, I realize that. And why do you think your arm is moving? He goes, I think you're stimulating a part of my brain that's making my arm move. And he says, can you choose to not move your arm? And he could override it. So what he said was, who we are at our essence is nothing to do with our exterior, how we look, or what our jobs are, or what anything that we may associate with. What we really are is we're interpreters and we're choice makers. We're the person who's observing the thing happen, and then we make a choice about it, what we do, and we interpret what it means to us. So think about that in your life. If you're trying to understand who you are through, let's say, the martial arts, and your whole identity is tied up with what you can do in terms of physical skills or your belt ranking or a title you want, that's all a false sense of who you are. And that's true in every aspect of your life. Now, why is it important? It's important because when you try to find your identity through some external thing, you're no longer at the cause of your life, you're at the effect of your life. And you're at the effect of everybody else. Somebody's judgment on you, your own judgment on you. All of it's false. And what that will do is it'll trap you and keep you from really having freedom. So remember that who you are really are none of the things you can describe. It's all about being the observer to your own life. That is who you are. And so that allows you to make interpretations of things and choices. As long as you can think about that and understand that's really who you are, you're going to be freed up from so much stress and anxiety in life. Things aren't going to be able to get to you because you're going to realize that's not who I am. Because if you think who you are is what you do, what you have, what your reputation is, who are you when you no longer can do those things or you no longer have those things? Who are you if suddenly somebody rips your reputation apart? Who are you then? So you don't want to be, and that ties in with another principle of don't put your base on somebody else. If you do that, you're susceptible to everybody's whim, everybody's little judgment on you, and then you're trapped.